using your Japanese? You're on time. What do you say? Using your Japanese? It's complete chaos, but we enjoy it. Oh, you busy? It's like, no, it's just like, we have to do things. Okay, just tell me you don't want to meet. It's fine. I can't believe I became a person who puts down in a calendar meeting for coffee.
What's your name?
My name is Atra. I am from Algeria. I do tour guiding and photographer.
How long do you live in Japan?
Almost 10 years now.
Do you like it living here? Or?
Yes, of course. But like any other country, it comes in waves. You have moments where you love the country and moments where you don't. So I guess it's the same thing for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you to Japan in the first place?
Naturally, for Algerians, they would move to France. This is how we do, because of the language. It's easy to find jobs, to study. But I wanted to come to Japan because I did not want to be in a, let's say, call it a negative environment. Like, Europe is really politically charged, and there's lots of problems between immigrants and locals, etc. So when I first visited Japan in 2015, I had such a sense of peace, that everyone is just minding their business and everything is going smoothly. I was like, I need this in my life. I don't want chaos. I just want peace. That's all. I started looking for a job online and I applied a million companies here as a teacher because my background is teaching and literature. And I got one in Tokyo and I'm like, I'm coming. All right.
What did you teach?
English, as most people do. It was in a one-on-one studio, and I taught there for a while, 2 years-ish.
Okay. Was there any touch point, any connections growing up in Algeria?
Oh yeah, for sure. From high school, definitely. I stumbled upon some kind of TV variety show. It was really random. It was called Smap Smap. It was on YouTube and stuff, so I was like, what on earth is that? It was really fun, it was very entertaining. I couldn't understand anything, but I was like, these people are nice. It's like, I couldn't understand what's happening, but I knew that two teams are cooking and one of the teams will win. I slowly started watching every episode, and we got into forums at that time, and we started downloading episodes to watch. And I started becoming more and more curious towards the Japanese culture in general. I started more with drama, not anime. So drama was my first, and then anime came after. So I was like, this is not possible for people to live like that. This is not real. This is just on TV. Probably just no way the streets look like this, and no way people are like that. No way, basically. Because I come from an environment where, let's say, it's completely opposite to Japan. It's complete chaos, but we enjoy it, okay? It's not necessarily a negative chaos, okay? Uh-huh. But compared to my country, it was completely foreign to me. If I travel to Europe, it's okay. All right, it's something familiar. But when I came here, I'm like, oh my God, it's exactly how I imagined it to be. So there's no lie. It's exactly like I used to watch in dramas and stuff. Thanks to that, I started learning Japanese.
Right.
I couldn't speak, but my listening was very good. Huh. I was like, why am I understanding so much? This is weird. But then I realized it was just passive learning, basically. And then I was like, okay, I think it's time for me to learn this language. So I was studying by myself before coming here.
Did you watch the YouTube series in Japanese, or
yes.
Was it English subtitles?
No English subtitles. At the beginning, it wasn't any English subtitles. Wow, okay. But then in the world of forums, people started volunteering and sharing, subtitles and everything. Okay. So it was cool. I was like, oh, finally I understand what they're saying. Oh, finally. Oh, this is what you meant by that. So it was very nice to see that, because Japanese is completely different from Arabic. Okay. So it was very nice to listen and learn complete different type of patterns and in intonation and everything.
Okay. What's the biggest difference between Arabic language and Japanese language?
Feelings. We are very loud. Okay, so even if we're not fighting, we're on phone. People think, like my husband now thinks sometimes I'm fighting with my family, but we're just talking. We're just having hey, how was your day? But the way it sounds like I am fighting with my family. It's a language full of passion, I would say.
Is there no passion in Japanese language?
I would say, linguistically speaking, I wouldn't say, yeah, definitely. I mean, there isn't much showing in the language. It's always between the lines. That's what I noticed, at least, in my 10 years here, people express their feelings in different ways. Sometimes more in actions than in words. So they show passion a different way, I would say.
Do you struggle between the cultural differences in language?
Yes, at the beginning of my marriage, it was very hard because it was really funny sometimes. Like my husband would say, "What's wrong with you?" And I like, "Are you wanna fight?" You know, because he's just saying "Doshitano," but the way he says it in English.
Are you communicating in English?
Yeah, he says like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "No, this is like, can you say it in Japanese one more time?" And I was like, "You know, you don't want to fight? Okay, sure." So it sounds like very aggressive because of the direct translation from Japanese to English. So many times I was like, "Oh, repeat it in Japanese," and he goes like, he says the sentence. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see. So you're not fighting."
Now, what has been the most confusing concept that is only maybe available in Japanese, or maybe it's available in Japanese and also in other languages, but you didn't know about it?
Okay. At the beginning, I would say definitely 難しいです. Yes, when people say 難しいですat the beginning, when I came to Japan, I couldn't understand what it means. It's like, they basically say no. For me, it's like, what do you mean? Why is it hard? You know, what's hard about it? Meat or not meat? What do you want? So when they say 難しい, I'm like, what's the problem? Let's say like this one, like I meet people and I'm go like, do you want to meet next week? ちょっと難しいです. It's like, oh, you busy? It's like, no, it's just like, you know, I have to do things. Okay, just tell me you don't want to meet. It's fine. But it's very hard to sort out what's right, what's wrong. But then after a year, I was like, okay, that's a no. All right.
What was the most difficult thing when it comes to speaking and studying Japanese language?
Oh my God, the patterns. The patterns keep changing sometimes, especially when I started learning seriously the keigo, because I wanted to be able to speak properly to, you know, clients, because I spoke like a child to everybody, and I was like, I need to up my game with the Japanese level. Like, I felt like I needed more vocab. But my first years, it was very hard to practice because I didn't have much, you know, as a teacher of English language, you don't have much, you know, contact with Japanese speaking people. Like in the classroom, they cannot speak Japanese, of course. So it was very hard to practice. And they keep changing sometimes. It depends on the place. It depends on the environment, the people. So it was very hard to keep up. Like sometimes I say a proper sentence and then my husband goes like, you can also say this one. I'm like, which one is correct? For the kanjis, I learned and stopped. I learned a lot, then I stopped because I don't need them. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not gonna write down. You usually write by email or texting, so you don't have to keep memorizing them all the time. So yeah, if I had like a corporate job, maybe I would focus more. But for my job, I'm happy with the level of Japanese kanjis I use every day. Yeah. From my conversations with my mother-in-law, to this day, she went to Algeria too, and she realized that everybody is helping each other to this day. And when she noticed that, she was like, this is like the Edo era in Japan. Like in the past, people like neighbors used to help each other a lot, but they don't do it anymore. In Algeria, it's still going. Like Tokyo is a busy city and everyone is working and busy, so they don't realize that other people need help maybe. But in Algeria, it's like everyone is in everyone's business. So everyone knows the situation of everybody. So if somebody needs help, he will find help in that sense. In Japan, I feel like it's very hard to find help from strangers. Like if you go to a store in Algeria and you ask, I'm hungry, I want to eat, they will give you food. But again, in 7-Eleven, the employee cannot give you food. It's not his office, you know, it's not his business. So it's not fair to compare these things. But yeah, I mean, not everywhere in Japan, but it exists. But not as much as in Algeria, I would say.
Now, living in Japan for 10 years, what do you miss about Algeria?
I miss the connections with people. We have strong connections with our friends and family. And unfortunately, I don't have much of it here. My in-laws live in Osaka, and we are just here, the three of us. We have some friends, but it's not the same feeling. You will always miss your homeland.
Is there any cons living in the area of Tokyo?
The loneliness is very tough. There's so much I want to talk about, but in my native language. But I don't have anybody to talk to. So usually I just wait for like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. and I start calling my friends Like, wake up, it's 8 a.m. in Algeria. So like, ugh, she's not waking up. Ugh, okay, so next one. Okay, next one. So I always wait like 3, 4 to start calling everybody. Yeah, so I just woke up. I don't care. So this happened to me yesterday.
So you have to always have a plan, right?
Right.
With Japanese people.
Oh yeah, you are so right. It's true. Like, we are very random, but I learned in Japan to have, a calendar and to write down stuff. You want to meet? Me too. Oh my God, let's meet in December next year, okay? 23rd, okay. Like, in the morning, 2 hours, all right. So I can't believe I became this person, Like, I can't believe I became a person who puts down in a calendar meeting for coffee.
You probably do enjoy Japanese food, but at the same time you miss your home food.
Yeah.
How do you survive with the everyday food situation?
I got used to cooking Japanese food mostly because simply the ingredients are cheaper. If I cooked Mediterranean food, it's always more expensive. Like, if you buy more tomatoes, you notice the price is very different. For me, it's like a shock, like 3 tomatoes for 300 yen. What's going on in this country? But in Algeria, it's like you buy a kilo or 1 kilogram and stuff. So there's a huge difference in price on the long run. So I cook mostly Japanese. I got used to the Japanese diet. I love Japanese food. Like, it's very healthy. It's very fulfilling. I'm fine with it. Our food is full of carbs. But carbs is happiness. Okay, so sometimes it's very needed to eat my Algerian cuisine.
How do usually people react when they hear the country name Algeria in Japan?
Nigeria? No, Algeria. Algeria. Zidane. Okay, so that's it. So it's always Zidane. And older people would mention Kasba no Onna, the song. It's a very old song apparently, where they sing about this Algerian woman from a city in Algiers. Okay. Yeah, it's called Kasba. It's a love story. It's a Enka song. Okay. Yeah, so most old people would definitely mention that song to me. Okay. And then I start feeding them with information about Algeria, propaganda.
How about Algerian people about Japan?
You would be surprised how much Algerian people love Japan, because we grew up watching Japanese anime on TV. The Japanese animation is very soft and doesn't have obscene scenes and everything for kids. So all Algerians grew up watching Doraemon, Anpanman, Captain Tsubasa, but in Arabic. So I know Captain Tsubasa characters, but only in Arabic. I don't know them in Japanese. And Pokemon, of course, as well. Right. So national TV always showed these kind of anime on TV. So everybody was like, if you work hard, they will tell you something like, what, do you think you're a Japanese person? Yeah. This is a normal sentence. Oh, you think you're Japanese? You're on time. What do you think? You think you're Japanese? So it's kind of funny the way they put it. So it's like, oh, you think you're Japanese now? So yes. Do you think this is an insult? It's a compliment. Okay. A lot of people share online massively about this is how Japanese people do it. We also had like this Middle Eastern TV show who came to Japan and started showing the education of Japanese people. And it became such a huge TV show in our life. Like, everybody watched it. How kids behave, how adults behave, the train and everything. So everyone is extremely fascinated by Japan.
I'm sorry to hear, like, why do we not know about Algeria as much?
Because it's not open to tourism. I feel like we are not ready for it. Now we are. The past 10 years, I was pleasantly surprised by how much tour guiding started and agencies started in Algeria. It's insane. We've seen like Americans and European vloggers go into Algeria, and they were like, what on earth is this? This is crazy. Because it's a wonderful country to visit, and it's just open to tourism recently, like very tiptoeing around it, because we don't have the infrastructure yet to welcome everyone.
What's it like to be married in Japan? Like, what's a marriage for you in Japan?
I would say it's very peaceful. In our culture, there is a huge majority where the man controls the household 100%, and there's this like kind of thing that I didn't really like. But with my husband now, it's like we share everything together, we respect each other, and everybody knows what they are supposed to do. And honestly, it's very peaceful. That's it. The word is peaceful.
What was the happiest moment recently happened to you in Japan?
I was on a bicycle with my daughter, and she told me, Papa, Japanese? Yeah, I told her yes. Mama, African? I was like, yes. Leona? She's like, what about me? I'm like, you're Japanese and you're African. You're Algerian. So she was like this kind of moment of realization. Really shocked me because I've never spoken to her about these things. But she knows. I showed her the map and stuff. And she's like, oh, so I'm not 100% of something. I'm 50-50 of something. So it was a very moving moment to me, to be honest. Yeah, I was like, okay. So she realizes, because she has super curly hair and all her classmates have just straight hair. So she knows like why my hair is like this. So I explained like your hair is like your mama's hair and this is how things are. So she was very like happy about it. She was not like, I want to have the same hair or something. So I was really happy about it, yeah.
How old is she?
3.
3 years old.
Yeah, 3. She speaks Arabic and English and Japanese.
How?
Boom.
Like, how? wait. 3 years old? How is it possible?
Because they are like sponges, basically. They are sponges. So she has TV in English and Arabic. I don't answer to her if she speaks to me in Japanese. I ignore her. So she repeats the same sentence in Arabic and I turn.
Okay.
So she knows that communication with mom is Arabic.
Okay.
And communication with dad is Japanese. So she kind of like figured it out on her own. It's natural for a child to pick up on languages very fast. Not like us. We're too late. It's too late for us.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, Chair?
Hold on, let me tell this. National dish is couscous, okay? Couscous is a North African dish. Couscous is made with soup and meat. A salad is a salad with lettuce.
With couscous, maybe.
Doesn't work.
Disagree.
No. Don't say that out loud in Algeria, okay? And it's not instant. We actually steam it 3 times minimum. Like when you open the package of instant couscous, for me it smells like, feet.
Yeah.
Like it smells really bad, but like a real couscous doesn't smell like that.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.